everyone. It's Sarah Saxby, your transformation coach at Strategies for Happiness and author of Comfortable Hell and Guide to a New Way Forward. So today, what I have been thinking about is commitment and what that word means. And, it's kind of like evolving for me. And I've had a lot of thoughts about it, so I wanted to get your opinion on this. But I have a friend who his daughter recently told him, and he's divorced, but his daughter recently told him that he has commitment issues. And so he told me that. And I said, I'm thinking to myself, and I was like, but do you? And he's like, I don't think so. He's like, it's not like, he lives, on his own and stuff. His kids are older. And he's like, it's not that I wouldn't date somebody and be committed to that person. He's like, I just don't really want to live with anyone. He's like, I like how things are. I want to be able to do what I want to do. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking about it. And now I'm questioning, well, the person who says you have commitment issues, isn't that based on their own experience and their own preference and their own definition of what they feel commitment is and what they need from a commitment and what they expect, right? So as I get older, because I was raised in the traditional commitment, you meet someone, whatever, process, whatever, but you live with someone, you commit, you live in the same, you have the same room, the same bed, the same bathroom, you do things together, whatever. And you commit, and you don't stray or maybe talk to certain people. I don't know, whatever it is. It's like this conventional idea of commitment that we're all used to. And then, you have maybe couples where their idea of what that looks like is different. And it's probably, two people that feel like they are very committed. They're not straying outside their marriage or their relationship. They love that person, but one person wants to be so close all night long they want a spoon, because that's their form of commitment. You need to hold me all night long, and I'm using that as just an example. And the other person would prefer just living in a house, or an apartment or whatever on their own, like living separately, but they feel just as much in love and committed to that person as the other person. But it's just different. It's relative, right? So why is one wrong and the other right? Because, some people might already be in a relationship, and it's like you're getting sort of crucified because you're like, well, this other person's like, you're not committing to me, you need to commit. And the other person feels like they are committed, but it's just not in the way the other person feels that's right. And so, but it's not wrong. I don't see how it's wrong. It's just that you're with somebody who has a different expectation of that word and what it does, what it provides, I guess. So you have a couple options. You work on it and you find a happy medium, a compromise that each of you can feel fulfilled by. Or you find the person that fills that commitment aspect for you, that your version of it. Because I can tell you that structure that conventional structure that I was raised to believe is the only way. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. There's not. But it's not really for me. I know now, and never say never about whatever, but where I'm at today, I like having my own things, and maybe you just want a separate room from your partner. Maybe that would work, right? And what is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Why, have your own room and your own things and your own sanctuary that you go to. And I think that's kind of cool too. Like, what if you've been married for 20 years and you're like, hey, I'm going to give this a shot. We have an extra room. It's awesome. And go take it, put your things in there, have your sanctuary, and have sleepovers every now and then, which is kind of neat. Let's go date night. You want to sleep in my room? I don't know. I find that kind of exciting. And then, but if you have somebody and your version of commitment, both of your versions are like, I need to, I love sharing a bed with my partner, and that, my partner loves sharing a bed with me. Awesome. Because you both love it. But how long do you like push somebody to conform to a definition of commitment that doesn't fit yours? How long do you push? Because there's nothing wrong with anyone's preference. I went to a college orientation with my son a few days ago, and they were talking about perspectives and how, and I think this is like for society as a whole, why not ask people what their perspective is? Say I'm trying to learn. Can you let me know what your perspective is on this? And respect it. So your partner has this perspective of commitment that, they really love independence, and if they want to go on vacation by themselves or with friends or whatever, and they're not able to because their partner's afraid to death to let them go or let her go or whatever. There's something there. You have this desire to do that, internal desire, but you still feel like you're in love and you love your partner very much, and you have no thought whatsoever to stray outside of it, right? You love that person. You want to be with them. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with going and doing your own thing? The only thing that's wrong is that your partner may not like it, and it causes problems. So like I said, there has to be a very candid discussion and a middle ground. It's tough. But I guess this whole thing, what I'm trying to say is that I don't think anyone's definitions, granted, as long as you're not like, I'm not talking about cheating, or unless that works for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's an agreement or whatever. Who gives a shit? Go, but it has to be mutual. Your commitment levels and all that stuff, or we're just like beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like respect our perspectives on things. And, if you're single, for sure, make sure that you're really honoring what you feel is a commitment for you. And so when you start dating people, if they're not comfortable with you, something so simple like going to dinner with a friend, there's an issue there that so you have to vocalize and be like, this isn't for me. Like, this is something that I really want to do and I really believe in, and I'm not going anywhere, but maybe this isn't it. Like if you're going to be insecure about, and then there's, my friend whose daughter said that he has commitment issues. He said something interesting too. He's like, there's a level of making sure your partner is comfortable. Like, you have to take part ownership of your partner being uncomfortable. Like, what part do you own? Are you doing something that makes them feel uncomfortable? And how can you assist in that? Right? So that always has to be taken into consideration too. Is there, there's all kinds of variables, but I guess what I'm trying to do here is just give a little perspective that you might not have commitment issues. It's just that your idea and definition of commitment might not match the other person. Let me know what your thoughts are. I think it's pretty cool. Sarah at strategiesforhappiness.com. Leave a message at Comfortable Hell. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.